You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
Seven, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 277 of the SZN Podcast. As usual, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. To kick off the episode, my usual housekeeping message, or please head over to our Instagram and our Twitter pages. There's a link in the bio on both those pages there. That's SZN Podcast and SZN Pod. And that link will take you to wherever we're situated at streamer-wise. So if you like audio, got the Spotify, Apple Podcast links, etc. Video, we've got the YouTube channel link as well. And then also TikTok link is also there if you prefer the short form content as well, guys. So please can you head over to those places there, whichever one you prefer. Like, subscribe, comment, repost, engage with us. Appreciate it, guys, as always. Flowz, how you doing, bro? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, let's dive straight into it, bro. There was a PBC card on the weekend, and there was a Matchroom card as well. But let's focus on the PBC card. This was meant to be one of their big cards of the year, and it promised much on paper, right, Flowz? Obviously, but
Pay-per-view, $80 pay-per-view, you know. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, do we cut PBC some slack, because obviously this was a card that was pretty stacked, to be fair. Obviously, headline between is obviously Roach versus Cruz, and then we're seeing title fights on the undercard, right? You're seeing what's his name? It was meant to be Lara versus Janibek as a unification in the middleweight division as a chief supporting act. But unfortunately, Flowz, in the lead up to that, there were some issues, which we'll discuss. Also, one of the headliners, Shaq Foster versus Stephen Fulton. Again, that's a title fight, Flowz. That was meant to be for Foster's 130-pound belt. Again, some issues leading up to the fight, which is why that didn't happen, per se. And then obviously, yeah, you had Frank Martin, the Ghost, making his return as well. Let's start from, I guess, ground up, Flowz, on this one. Let's go with Frank Martin. Quickly touch upon Frank Martin making his return after a year being out or whatnot. Last time we saw him we got knocked out by Gervonta Davis. But it's Frank Martin making his debut at 140 pounds against a seasoned vet in Rances Barthélemy. Flowz, I think we potentially might have a knockout of the year candidate with this one. Because Frank Martin has made his return and ended it in 4 rounds. Looked good whilst doing so, and sealed the deal, I guess, with a peach of a shot that dropped Barthélemy. And I think he dropped him twice in the fight, but the final deciding, the second knockdown was one that was vicious and savage. But yeah, good performance from Frank. Did we have to beat a seasoned guy he was expected to beat, but still a guy that he was meant to obviously dispatch quite comfortably. Happy to see Frank back, bro. And where do you think he fits within the landscape of the 140-pound division?
yeah, look, it was a good return, good knockout. Kind of the statement you need to after you come back to stop someone convincingly, especially with the PBC audience. That's what they value, man.
It's true.
That's what they do. That's what they value.
It's true.
They don't want to see boxing clinics or boxing displays. I saw, like in the build up, I saw Cameron was there, local, Gillian, all them, man. They all tuned in. That's what they care for.
Cameron and Mace were like super involved in the promotion of this. Their logo was even on the ring.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Yeah,
I saw them behind on the stage, so I saw that. I know all of them, man, like to think they're boxing heads, but really, they're locked into the American scene and they're locked into the PBC scene. So look,
and the black fighters. That's it. That's it.
So yeah, that's kind of thing is something they would value and would boost Frank Martin's kind of profile. And yeah, it's been a long time he's been out, so it's good to see him back. And yeah, the landscape, he slots right back in. There's fights we want to see him in. So
yeah,
he slots right back in.
I mean, there's been a lot of static between, I don't know if you're aware, you probably are, Flowz. I know you keep up with the Twitter beef, but there's been a lot of static between him and Mr. Richardson Hitchens, Africa.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk between both of them. Africa was quick to text his Twitter saying, he's gonna beat him up, he's gonna cook him. Martin's called out Africa a few times, so I know there's static there, and obviously we know there's already existing static between him and Keyshawn.
Yep.
So, as you said, Flowz, slots right in, because these are guys that they've been talking back at 135, 140 now. Yeah, man, it makes sense, right? I don't even have a preference onto who I want to see next for Frank. If it's Keyshawn, happy days. If it's Africa, happy days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I've got no preference, but all these need to get in the mix. Gary Antoine Wassell's also talking as well. He's obviously a champion at 142. So you know what I mean? Like, and these men all know each other. They know each other.
Yep.
So that's why we need that, obviously. Let's see if obviously Tio and Shakur have got a date. Let them handle themselves. But in the meantime, we still got, these other guys who want to get in the mix. So I think Frank Martin is a very welcome addition to 140 pounds. I look forward to seeing what he can do. Look, man, I rate Frank Martin, bro. I think he's good. I think Frank is good, man. Even against Tank, he was winning rounds against Tank up until when obviously Tank did what he normally does. But no, I think Frank Martin's a good fighter, man. So I look forward to seeing what he can do at 140. I think he's championship material. I think he can win a belt But yeah, the next fight, Flowz, that I saw on the card. So the first fight, the first of the title fights, the one that I was looking forward to this a lot. Because again, there was a lot of talk between both fighters. That's Shaq Forster versus Stephen Fulton. And I mentioned earlier in the pod, Flowz, how this was meant to be for Foster's 130-pound belt. But on the lead up to the fight, the weigh-in, we find out that Stephen Fulton, who is coming up in weight, by the way, Fulton's a champion at 126 pounds. Fulton has missed weight. He's coming at 132 pounds as opposed to 130. And obviously that put the fight in jeopardy. So I'm watching it thinking, damn, I was really looking forward to this one because these two have been talking spicy. Only to find out, Flowz, that obviously the fight is going ahead.
Yeah. But
I'm watching Dan Raphael's Twitter feed and he's reporting on it. And Dan Raphael said that allegedly, this obviously not, Foster's belt is not going to be online anymore. That's not on the line, but the fight's going ahead. Instead, they're both going to fight for the interim 135-pound belt. WBC, I think. I said, huh? I'm saying to you straight away. I said, how? Like, it's almost as if Fulton, Scooter, is being rewarded for missing weight. Because now he's fighting for a different belt it's a minor belt, but it's an interim belt in the higher weight class. You even said that can't be right.
Yeah, I was confused.
Flowz, it was right.
I was so confused.
I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Have you?
Bro, when you said it, I was like, I had to go check and I was like, this can't be true. This doesn't make any sense. I thought maybe you'd seen maybe a Mike Coppinger or something, or maybe some random Twitter guy, but I'm seeing it and I'm like, what? Yeah. Then I had to remember the president of the WBC is a crazy guy. He's a crazy guy.
Literally, Flowz, I stopped trying to wrap my brains around it and I said, oh, what's the governing body? WBC? I understand it now. That's it. WBC. Mauricio Suleiman is a questionable figure. He does questionable things, let's put it that way. Especially when there's money involved. So I would be surprised, bro, if Al Heyman slid him that little make it for this. Crazy, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, they're both not, none of them are even at 130 pounds. I mean, at 135, sorry. One's at 126, one's just come up to 130, and one's a 130 pounder. So, crazy to me. But anyways, that aside, I was happy the fight was still going on. And I anticipated, bro, a competitive back and forth fight between two good boxers.
Yeah.
You know how anticipation gets you, bro. You know how assumptions get you, man. In this game, sometimes you be completely off, bro, in your prediction. And, bro, from what turned out, what I'm there thinking could be a 50-50, so this was a washing. This was an absolute washing. Shock Foster washed the life out of Scooter, bro. Cooked him, fried him.
Yeah.
I don't think Scooter won a round. I think Foster controlled it from the jump and dictated with his jab. And the jab, Fulton couldn't figure out the jab the whole night. He could not figure out the jab for the entire night. He couldn't couldn't find a way to get on the inside of Foster, inside of that jab, and get his own work off. He looked sluggish. He looked slow. He didn't even look in shape like that, I feel like. Yeah, bro, it was bad. It was a really bad performance. And credit to Foster, happy for him. He looked great, but that's because Scooter made him look amazing. But he was obviously disciplined and dedicated, and he came in to me. He meant business. And I'm just watching as the rounds go on, like, Fulton's got no ideas. He's tentative now. He's barely throwing. It looked like a glorified sparring session for Foster, which is crazy because Fulton is a good boxer. He's a very good boxer. We mentioned Fulton before. He's a good fighter. So to see him look like that, bad, man. I feel like he wasn't prepared for this. I feel like he came in there thinking that Foster will be food and an easy touch, and boy, was he mistaken. The natural size, I think, of Foster helped him for sure. And yeah, man, even the punch stats, bro, so lopsided. So I think they said Scooter landed max 30 punches for the entire fight. Super, super lopsided, bro. This was even worse than the in-away performance. So, yeah, man, terrible performance. Shocking, but shout out to Foster.
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't expect that. And I'm seeing them running right back to cooking Cool Boy. They're cooking Scooter, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because,
of course they are. They're calling him a bum now. They say he's a bum.
Yeah, they legit say that. They feel justified because the same people who killed him after the in-away loss.
That was so harsh as well.
Say that he wasn't really all that. They were killing him for that performance. They say, see, we told you. That's what they're saying. They say, I always knew he wasn't, which is a shame. And other people are saying he hasn't looked the same since the in-away loss. But that was bad. I don't know. Obviously, his camp didn't go to plan. So maybe that's a bigger factor than we think. He didn't make weight. And yeah, I don't know how his camp went. It didn't look like it went well based on what I saw in that fight. Yeah. Preparation.
Preparation. Bro, he looked a step slow. He looked sluggish as hell.
Amateurish as well.
Yeah.
Amateurish.
Wild. Just missing wildly, like swinging for like swinging for what isn't even there. Like I'm there thinking, damn, like that's the worst I've ever seen it. Ever.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I did see a lot of comments, bro, about in the ways ruined Fulton, this, that. You can't forget that Fulton then moved up a weight class and won a belt in that weight class. He went and grabbed the belt. So like, I don't know if you can say he's been finished his in a way. He bounced back. He had a long layoff after the in-away loss. Came back, new division, grabbed the belt in his second division. This was his third chance at another weight class belt. So yeah, man. I don't know about that. I don't think he's finished per se. I just don't think he prepared correctly for Foster, and Foster schooled him. Foster was from jump said, like I said, I think Scooter came in with the sort of mindset that, like, even in the press conference when they were talking to each other, like, bro, I'm above you, like, you're nothing, you're food, this, that. And Foster was like, watch, you get in the ring with me, I'm going to show you what I'm about. And boy, he did. And I've been following, obviously, outside the ring now, Flowz, because inside the ring, obviously, he handled the business. But we know that Shaq Foster has a lot of needle with Shakur Stevenson and also Ray Ford. So, obviously, when I saw the result, Flowz, I went straight to Twitter to check the Twitter. Because all these men talk a lot.
Yeah.
And right on cue, I'm seeing Shakur tweeting a lot about Foster. Ray Ford as well, they're tweeting a lot. And also Foster also clapping back as well. Essentially, listeners, Foster has been calling out Shakur. Foster really wants to fight Shakur.
Yeah,
he said before many times that once he deals with Fulton, he wants to move up and handle Shakur. He's implied that he bullied Shakur in sparring before. That he's been quite adamant in saying this, and that in the ring when they fight professionally, like properly, he's going to do the same again. Shakur, obviously not want to let anyone talk crazy to him, has been talking crazy back. But also Shakur is very close with Ray Ford, who we know is also in Foster's division, right? And Ray Ford has been calling out Foster for time. But essentially how it is, Ford wants to fight Ford wants to fight Foster, but Foster wants to handle his big bro. Foster wants no part. He's made it clear that I ain't trying to fight you. I ain't trying to fight you, Ford. I want your big brother. He wants Shakur. I feel like he feels like he's above Ray Ford, and he's chasing the big fight, which is obviously the bigger fight is Shakur. Meanwhile, I don't think Shakur has any interest in fighting Foster. He himself is on to bigger and better. So, in the interest of, I appreciate the needle, but I feel like obviously I just don't think Foster versus Shaq is realistic. Foster's now gone. I think he's now obviously fishing to go up to 135, but I think he's going to explore options at 135. But Shakur's leaving 135. Shakur's got a fight confirmed at 140 next. So I feel like personally, yeah, man, go back to 130, defend your belt against Ray Ford, man. Let's see that. And if you win that, maybe you can then start calling up Shakur even more and say, look, I beat up your little bro. Where you at? Kind of thing. That's what I think should happen. I'm guessing you feel the same as well.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I was impressed with Ice Water's performance.
Shocked.
Because I expected a competitive fight and I thought it would be competitive. Man. So I will give him credit. Whatever preparation Steph had, who knows? But Shaq Foster done his thing. But look, that Ray Ford fight's a good fight. So set up. Set up. Yeah, look, I've loved the back and forth. They're all active. They all talk smoky. All of them, love it. So yeah, man, set up. Yeah, the only obviously PBC take ages to do their thing. So look, let's just make this happen. That's all I care about.
And Ford is like officially matchroom. Yeah, Ford is matchroom. I think.
Ford is matchroom.
Shaq and Ford are matchroom.
That's true.
So that can, PBC have shown that they're more willing to work with Turkey, because Benavidez is officially a PBC fighter, isn't he? And he came over across the fight on Turkey's card. So they do let their guys come now, I think. So maybe it won't be such a big stumbling block. But yeah, man, I just think like the Foster Ford fight is right there, man. And that's going to be a cracking fight based on, they're both really good. We rate Ford as well. Ford is cold. So I think, we'll love to see that first. Before he looks at, because Shakur is at 140 now, let's be real. And I just don't feel like, there's a better needle there with Ray Ford. But shout out to Shaq. Great performance, put himself on the map again. Good fighter, man. Good fighter, no doubt about that. Flowz, next up, we had, again, this was unfortunately a fight that was marred by a development during the week that we didn't see coming. I was looking forward to seeing Lara versus Janibek, as it's a unification in the 160-pound division. We've been asking for the 160-pound division to get moving ASAP, but nope. Leading up to the fight now, we find out that Janibek, who has talked a lot of smoke on Twitter, like I said, talks very, very cruddy on Twitter, calling out other champions. It's not him. I said from jump, it's not him tweeting, because he can barely speak English. But even the guy who's tweeting, he's not the best at English because he's missing out words and stuff. Yeah. But anyways, he's always going
over someone.
He's always berating other champions and for ducking him and not wanting to fight him and being pussy. So then we found out that Mr. Janibek has popped dirty. He's pissed hot. Bro, I was shocked. Just very surprised. He's now tweeted saying, I've always been I've always liked clean style, this, that. We'll find out what's happened. I'm clean, blah, blah. That's what he's tweeted. Oh, his brother's tweeted for him. But I think both samples have come back positive. So, boy, I don't know what's going to happen with him. No doubt they'll have some appeal, say it's probably cross-contamination or something like that. But ultimately, because of the fact that he popped dirty, Janibek got removed from the fight. And a late replacement on 4 days' notice, Gonzalez, a guy called Johan Gonzalez, I think he is, was drafted in. We've seen this guy fight before, bro. I don't know if you remember. This is the guy that retired Jarrett Hurd earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the guy that retired Smith Hurd earlier this year. So, he got drafted in a late replacement, but we kind of knew what was up, bro. Like, he's not going to be the level required to defeat Lara. And, bro, that fight, I said to myself, boy, off the first round, we know, like, Lara dropped this guy in the first round. And I think Lara toyed with his food for the entire fight, bro. Fought at the typical classic Lara slow and deliberate pace. Gonzalez didn't even try to up the ante enough. I said, it's a long night for you. You're just going to be eating jabs and 1-2s from the outside the whole night. And Lara was just chilling in there. Lara was chilling. Yeah. Easy night's work for Lara. The crowd started booing mid-point because of the fact that Lara, being Lara, he's going to chill. You're not going to rush him, impress him. He doesn't care about that. He's going to 1-2 your head off, jab your head off for the entire fight while smiling. We know what Cubans like to do. And again, Lara then decided to randomly up the ante in the 12th round. He's dropped my man again. This, as in, what's happened, Flowz? This Gonzalez guy is beckoning Lara in to try and engage because Lara is obviously not engaging. So Lara's then obliged him, threw a combo and dropped. So yeah, man, it was an easy night's work for Lara, and he retained his title. He's one of the official, co-official, eldest champion in boxing. The other one is Badu Jack, who actually, listeners, is fighting this week in a rematch with the guy he beat last early this year. But yeah, what can we say, pros? Nothing much to say, bro. It was a late replacement. Lara did what he's doing. That's it.
Yeah, look, shout out Lara. He's going to do what he does, especially against that level of opposition. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Jenny Beck.
Yeah, I don't know what I want for this division because let's say Jenny Beck is dirty or whatever. I guess that frees up his belts. Adamez is still there. I don't know if Lara's even in a rush to fight Adamez. I don't even know, but this division is dry as hell, man.
Yeah. Didn't Hamza Adamez get ordered? Hamza Shiraz.
Hamza's at 168 now.
Who's he fighting? He did get ordered to fight.
He got ordered to fight Mbili.
He
moved up. He drew Adamez. He got gifted. That's it. He ran. He got gifted.
Mbili got ordered to. Yeah, I thought
him and Mbili have been ordered. Yeah,
my bad. Yeah, it's Mbili. Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It's a shame because Johnny Beck I rate as the best in that division. But yeah, I think he kind of fumbled big time as well because that was a good opportunity for the PBC lot in America to get involved with him as well. Obviously Lara is well known. So yeah, we'll see what happens with him. But hey, if he has popped dirty, he faces the consequences. That's it, really simple.
Yeah.
Let's head to the main event, bro. Lamont Roach, Cruz. Yeah, man, I remember you messaging me saying this morning that, the fight seemed to have gone exactly the way you thought it was going to go. Do you want to explain to listeners on what you meant by that, Flowz?
Yeah, so look, last episode I said Cruz could win for a few factors. And I know Americans think Cruz is a monster and this and that. Yeah, he's explosive. We know his style, but it's a very limited style. It's what me and you say.
That's what we've always
limited
said,
style. And his best bet was to come in and rush,
bum rush him. Yeah,
Roach and boom, 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 get him out of there. Maybe the ref bust him something nice. Yeah. Almost bamboozle Roach.
Yeah,
and it seemed like that's what he was doing early on. I mean, I woke up at whatever time and I'm seeing clips, tweets of Lamont Roach touching the canvas in round 3. It was a peak knockdown too because my man was spinning around.
Bro, the way the Tank fans have screenshotted that and they're using that, we'll talk about that later, but yeah.
They're going crazy with it.
Bro. It's the worst fan base in boxing, by the way. The worst fan
crazy with it. And rightfully it was deemed a knockdown because his glove touched the canvas. He didn't go down all the way, but his glove did touch the canvas. That rule applies to everyone else apart from a certain someone.
Certain guys are taking voluntary knees and it's not getting counted. But yeah. Certain
crazy.
Guys.
So Cruz has that kind of fast start.
Yep.
But due to his limited ability.
Say it. Just say it.
He's limited ability. And look, to be fair, in fact, let me say this as well. Roach is probably lucky that it was ruled a knockdown because the way Cruz tried to rush him, but the ref jumped in to give Roach the time he needed.
Yeah,
Cruz was throwing for the hills. Now, I'm not saying he would have got the stoppage, but he was going for that stoppage as much as he could in that round. Now, back to Cruz's limitedness. he couldn't capitalize, and slowly but surely, Roach just starts to take control of the fight and piece him up, dominate him, outland him, beat him at his own fight, make him miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seemed to be almost a fight of two halves, or maybe in that sense. So yeah, which is what I expected. Roach to eventually show that he's the better boxer.
Yeah. Roach definitely woke up obviously after that lockdown, he definitely woke up. And what I like about Lamont Roach that we've seen before is, when, let's say if he gets caught with something big or whatever, he's the type of guy to swear? Cool, I'm going to get my get back kind of thing. Like, against Tank, wherever Tank landed big, remember we kept saying, Roach kept firing straight away, firing back with a big one. Like, he also strikes me as a fighter that also has that same sort of chip on his shoulder where he will try and fight you your own game because they've said that I can't fight you this way. And that's exactly what he did, I feel like, against Roach. I mean, no, against Pitbull, sorry. Against Pitbull. Because he woke up and then he started trying to go machine for machine with Pitbull, fire for fire. And he was successful, but I also felt like he looked best when he was sort of on the outside boxing Pitbull, because he's a better boxer than him. We know that for sure. That's when I felt like he had his most success. And I actually feel like if he stuck to that for the entire fight, it would have been wide scorecards, which were obviously tight, and the fight ended up in a draw, which we'll discuss. I feel like if he fought in that way, the boxer way, he could have really taken away a lot of Pitbull's tools and banked more rounds for him, making it less close. It definitely was a close fight, though, I felt like. But as you mentioned, Flowz, Roach, look at the punch stats. He won on all the punch stats, I believe, for all the categories. It was marginal, as in there wasn't much in between it, but he won those punch stats. He probably did the cleaner work overall, and probably won, on, I guess, my eyes and most people's eyes, he won more rounds compared to Pitbull, despite it being close. I just feel like fighting it the Pitbull way, which is what he did. He obliged Pitbull and sort of went machine for machine with him in the pocket at times, which he didn't need to do. Don't get me wrong, crowd pleasing, crowd loved it, exciting, but he didn't actually have to do that, I feel like. I just feel like he wants to because he has that same chip on his shoulder, a la Bud Crawford, for example. And he's the type of guy that, if you crack him with a big shot, he wants to come firing back and get his get back. That's how Roach is. He's a dog. We've said this before. Roach is a dog. Yeah. And he's tough in there, man. Now, obviously, a lot of people weren't happy with the result, bro. It was ruled a draw. It was, judged to be a draw. Roach looked very disconsolate. He was shaking it. He couldn't believe it. Obviously, it's 2 draws back-to-back this year. 2 fights that arguably you could say he won. Arguably. Obviously, a lot of people still believe that he beat Tank. And this one as well, the commentary was saying, damn, Roach was robbed. They've robbed Roach again. Draw again, blah, blah. Now, I'm not going to call it a robbery, bro. Because you know my stance. You know my stance on this pod.
Yeah.
A close fight does not mean it was a robbery. If it's a close fight and it goes one fighter's way, or it goes a draw, for example, don't call it robbery. It was a close fight. I think a robbery is when it's clear, like as in like wide, like this guy's won and they've made it a draw, they've given it to the other guy. This was a very, very close fight, and I can also see why judges may have preferred Pitbull's work, the activity, the volume, or whatever. Even though he's not landing as much, he's pressing the action, I guess. But yeah, because it was such a close fight, and I do think it was close, I'm not going to go as far as to scream robbery. I do think Roach won, and it's a shameful decision, but at least it didn't give him a loss. But yeah, I can also understand why some people might say, oh yeah, Pitbull won this fight. But because it was a close fight anyways, I think that should eliminate the whole robbery talk for me personally. What about you, Flowz? Are you screaming robbery as well, or like people online, or not really?
No, but look, last episode I said Roach has to beat the judges.
Yeah,
I said that the judges are gonna.
You did, yeah.
I said he's gonna have the judges are gonna lean towards Pitbull. Was just my feeling.
Yeah,
and I think we could almost see that. I think Pitbull had a point deducted as well. So
yes,
for me that ruled out the knockdown early on. I'm not mad at a draw. I'm not calling it a robbery. I think it was a close fight. Pitbull had a good 11th and 12th rounds where he does the late rally in the rounds and almost tries to steal the round. So, and again, Roach is obliging unnecessarily as well. Obliging. Yeah. But Yeah, I thought Roach won. Close fight. Run it back. I bet you he does it cleaner.
I also think in the run back, Roach doesn't fight the same way and just tries to outbox him for 12 rounds, which he can do. Roach is that good. He's got the ability to do that. So, yeah. So my question to you would have been, would you want to see them run it back?
Yeah, I think they have to.
We've got to remember that Roach is actually a 126 pounder.
Yep.
He's a champion at 126. No, sorry, champion at 130. Yeah. Champion at 130.
Yes.
He's officially 130 pounder. He's champion at 130. He moved up to challenge Tank for 135, and he's moved up again now to fight this fight at 140 with Pitbull. Do you want to see? So do you want to see him hang around the 135, 140 pound, or do you want to see him go down to 130? Because I think he's shown he can hang at these higher weight classes. To me, I don't really see the business of him going back down to 130 personally.
I think he should stick around. Now, look, I questioned obviously moving up in weights. You always want to see someone how they look at that weight. Dimensions wise, is bigger than
everyone's
Cruz.
bigger than Pitbull, though, isn't it?
But Pitbull Cruz is operating in that weight class, so I wanted to see how Roach looks. But look, nowadays these jump up in weights by these fighters doesn't seem to have the same effect as it used to.
It doesn't.
A fighter's world. Like, I'm going to stop questioning it almost now.
It's also, you got a lot of these guys are the same dimensions. So them going from 130 to 135 to 140 is actually very easy. Like, they're all similar dimensions. And like, this is like Shaq Foster's a 140, 130, for example. That Roach, he's one of the champions in Roach's weight class, but he took a Fulton who was really closer to 135 and looked calm. Like, it looked normal. You know what I mean? So these guys are all around the same dimensions anyway. So yeah, man, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Roach go back down if he wants to fight Shaq Foster, if they want to unify too. I would like to see that. But in general, I think Roach has shown that he can hang at 135 or 140. So if he wants to stay here, I'm not mad at it personally.
Yeah, I'd like to see the run back.
I think he would, because I think he still wants that Tank rematch. Obviously, who wouldn't? That's a lot of money for him. If Tank is serious about fighting again, actual boxers, him staying on 135 is going to pay dividends to Roach. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know one of the judges had it in favor of Isaac Cruz, which anyway, look, run it back.
Fight. Yeah. But again, if they both stay at 140, for example, that's another, obviously, Cruz has been fighting at 140 for the last couple of fights. But, because remember, he was champ. Rayo, until Rayo outboxed him and took his belt. Speaking of Rayo, he's been missing for a minute. But if Roach sticks around at 140, that's another great addition to the mix, if you ask me. I can understand why he feels hard done by, because it's like 2 draws, especially when you feel like you've won both those fights. But I still think in terms of stock, Roach's stock has gone up crazy this year. This year. Like, a lot of people rock with him proper now, especially because they feel like Tank has now done them dirty with the whole rematch thing. And speaking of Tank, like I mentioned, bro, his fan base out in droves. Oh, Tank beat Pitbull with one hand. Yet you lot think that Roach can step to Tank, that. Tank will have destroyed him in the rematch. He's lucky. They kept screenshotting obviously the knockdown where he's turned around. Like, so they said, if Pitbull did this to him, what Tank would have done to him in the rematch. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. These boys are sad, man. Tank fans are horrible.
Funny. They're so funny. Look, they're all saying, I can see why Tank doesn't want to rematch either of these guys. Okay. Look, just make the fights happen is what I'm saying. Look, you know my thoughts on Tank.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Get out the sport. Get
out of boxing.
Yeah, I saw him tweeting again.
I didn't even see. He's probably deleted it by now, but I didn't even clock. Was he talking smack?
I saw a tweet where he actually praised Frank Martin for the knockout. He was like, I told you he's got a brick hand or something like that.
He always calls it brick hand. Yeah.
He was taking credit. I told you guys. So doing his usual praise the person he's beat. So his stock can rise. Yeah. But yeah, Roach should stick around. Main evented, stock has risen. Cruz's stock is still high.
Still high, yeah.
It's still high. So,
whenever Pitbull's on the cards, you know they're going to tune in because he's fan friendly in that style as well. So, a great fight would be Cruz Opetaia. That would be a great fight. They both fight the same way. That would have been a great fight. But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that was that for that card, Flowz. In terms of in the UK, well, not in the UK, there was a fight in Monaco, matchroom card. I just want to quickly touch upon Mr. Johnny Fisher. He's making his comeback, obviously, post the 2 Babbage losses.
Dave Allen.
Dave Allen. Dave Allen. Sorry, Dave Allen. Yes.
Dave Allen.
Thank you.
The first one was a draw, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, first one was a draw, yeah.
So, actually, no, he actually won they gave it to him by split decision.
Oh, yeah, he won.
Yeah. They bossed him. They bossed him, yeah. They bossed him the first one.
Was it a win? Yeah, it was a win.
Yeah, it was. Split decision. Robbery.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why he ran it back then.
Yeah, that's they ran it back. Well, he had to answer for some questions and he got backed out. But anyways, he's making his return against a guy called Ivan Balaz. We know it's a guy we're not going to know. It's meant to be a comfortable return for Johnny Fisher. But we see, I don't know, did you see it, Flowz, in the first round? We see Johnny Fisher get rocked and dropped, right? It was a bit messy because he's trying to hold on, but you know, your legs are gone, so you're falling over. The referee, I'm there thinking, referee, count. I look at the referee, looks at him and goes, slip. I said, rah, he's gotten up now. This guy's legs are shaky. You can see his legs are shaky. You can see that, unfortunately, Johnny Fisher's, when he's rocked, it's peak because his whole body goes, bro. So I'm thinking, damn, surely he ain't going to get stopped in the first one by some random journeyman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He rides out the storm, bro. He survives. And then, in the 4th round, he's able to get his composure back properly and he ends up stopping this Balaz guy. But it was scary for him in that first round, bro. And, interesting how the referee didn't call that a knockdown, if you ask me. Very interesting.
Yeah, look, he basically stayed up because he was holding. He was basically a knockdown, but he managed to stay on a bit longer because he was holding. And then he went down. So for me, it's a legit knockdown because he was going down from multiple punches, actually. It wasn't just the one shot. He was rocked, then drops. Yeah. And you can see from when he got up, he was wobbly legged. Yeah. Ref said continue. He went straight to hold. Straight to ran and stumbled and held on for dear life. Just held on for dear life for the rest of the round. But I'm hearing this guy was a rugby player or something. I don't know when.
That's what I heard as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Look, man, we've said Johnny Fisher isn't it, obviously, and like, I think he himself has been transparent and said, I might be just British level, but I'm just here to see how far I can go, kind of thing. So I respect that honesty with him. But yeah, man, boy, I don't even know if I can place him on the British crop that we so love in this pod. He might be the worst. I can't lie. Might be the bottom.
Weird because it looks like, okay, maybe he could kick on after he demolished Babbage.
Yeah.
He demolished Babbage. So it's like, okay, maybe he can kick on and he can start to mix it with the rest of the British lot.
Yeah.
And maybe Dave Allen was like, get rid of Dave Allen and that's what's next. But I don't know. I don't want to say has he regressed because
I've trained the
I don't know. Maybe it's not that he's regressed because I even asked I think it was last episode where I was like, I thought he's retired. I thought he's made a shift to the influencer side of things.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know because we hadn't seen him for a while since Dave Allen. So I just thought I've been seeing his face, but he's doing stuff with his dad and his pops and busting jokes and stuff. So I don't know if I don't want to question his commitment, but there's blood elsewhere for him.
He comes across as a super, super nice guy.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be too nice. He seems mad nice, like a super genuine, super down to earth guy. And he's just here trying to just see how far I can go, enjoying the ride, I guess. But I don't like world titles. I just don't think it's within his remit. I'll be so real. European titles even might be where I saw some people calling him the new David Price. I said, well, David Price actually achieved some stuff, to be fair to him. Like, obviously, David Price didn't achieve what we thought he was going to achieve, but he went and grabbed, I think, minor belts and whatnot, right? So, boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Look,
he's going to be British level at best, probably. But,
he's going to be in entertaining fights. He's still young. What's he, 20? 20. So, who knows?
How old is he?
How old is he? He's not mad young.
26. 26.
26. Yikes. He's not as young as I thought. Yeah, but to be fair, he's been around for a while now, didn't it?
Yeah.
But look, I would say, look, I don't anticipate world titles for him, but I think he can possibly improve. And if he doesn't want to improve, maybe he wants to
I hope he does. Yeah.
The influencer thing or whatever. Because he's that kind of character. He's a good guy. He's funny. He's jokes.
Yeah.
Him and his dad.
Yeah.
There's that for him. But
and he's very much, he's super marketable because obviously he's him and his dad. Obviously, that's why Eddie obviously favors him too, because he's, he puts bums on seats for sure.
Yeah, it's tough. I think he's maybe it's just a bad performance. I still think he's good enough. I'm even going to say he's good enough to beat a Dave Allen still, because I don't rate Dave Allen.
Bro, both fights didn't look good for him, man.
Yeah, I think he was scared that he was fighting his brethren. I think it's that side of him, because I'm sorry, Dave Allen is too beatable. So he needs to go get that lick back at some point, and at some point get ready, train, leave out the Chineses or something. Yeah, I don't know. Focus or move around.
Yeah, boy, we'll see. Next week, bro. Let's quickly touch upon what we got going on next week. As I mentioned, Badu Jack is fighting. That's the other oldest champion currently in boxing. And what is a rarity for Badu Jack these days, Flowz. This is the second time we've seen him this year, I believe. Usually fights once a year, always in Saudi. But we did see him. We did see him in May against his opponent, Mikhailian, where he retained his cruiserweight belt. But they're rematching now over in America. So I guess there's a rematch clause baked into it. So he's getting that rematch out of there. So good luck to Badu. I'm a fan. I like Badu. He held it down for a long time. So yeah, we'll see how far he can go. But also it's worth mentioning as well, bro. We've got a matching card as well. Let me see where it's at. I think it's over in America. Diego Pacheco, bro. As you know, he's on our prospect list. The guy that we're fans of. He is fighting an undefeated French Cameroonian fighter called Kevin Lele Sadjo. This guy's also undefeated. Got a lot of 26 wins, 23 wins by KO, no losses. Not too familiar with him at all, to be honest. But yeah, undefeated, 35 years old, based in France. So that's obviously at super middleweight. That's for the WBC silver super middleweight title and the WBO international super middleweight title. So yeah, should be a good fight, I guess. Pacheco looking to he's also trying to land himself at 168, and make a name for himself. So we'll see how he does as well. And on that undercard as well, I can see that Matchroom are rolling out. Sky Nicholson's on the undercard. Joe Cordina as well is also on the undercard as well. So yeah, should be decent little fight that.
Bro, how could we forget as well the fight that happened on Friday, Opetaia?
Oh it's because of it's because Opetaia be fighting on these weird days and whatnot, and these weird opponents. It's weird in Australia. We can't forget that. Yes, let's quickly talk about Jai. I feel for Jai, man, because I know he's getting tired of his opponents. Jai's been chasing a big fight for time.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, bro. And it's sickening because Zerdo's just made a fight with Benavides out of nowhere, right? We didn't see that one coming. But Jai's been calling names for time, and I don't know why he struggles to get these big fights, because he needs a big fight desperately. Because his last opponents, Flowz, have been they've been crap, man. Yeah. And he's been knocking out these guys, deservedly so. And now fans are cooking him. He's getting cooked by fans. They're saying, he keeps beating up these journeymen, these bin men, this, that. Why don't you fight someone for real? I don't think that's on Jai. I think Jai desperately wants these fights, but for some reason, they're proving difficult to negotiate, and he can't get them over the line. It's insane. This guy he fought, Cinkara. Didn't know about him. You didn't know about him. He hasn't even got a Wikipedia page. Now he did. I think in the first round, was it the first round? He did hurt Jai.
Yeah, caught him.
Caught him with a good shot. Just had him stumbling back.
Yeah.
obviously comments underneath were saying, "Oh, but it's food for Benavidez. Look at this, blah blah." I'm just there. Did you see what happened for the rest of the fight? Where he fried him, cooked him, and delivered in typical Jai fashion a devastating knockout. They probably didn't see that, but that's cool. Look, Jai did what he wanted to do.
They saw it.
They saw it. Bro, like, look, Cinkara, Squayo, Nika. So that's all this year. Then before that, Jack Massey. And then finally, Brady. Like his last 4 or 5 fight flows have been guys that he washes and he's washed. But it's like, where is the big fight for this man? Where? Why is it taking so long?
Yeah. That's the problem. To be honest, the cruiserweight division is dead as well. Let's be real. There's 2 names really, who we're interested. That's Zerdo, who just kind of got there.
Yeah.
And Jai. Now, Badu Jack's a champion at that division, so that should tell you all you need to know. I think this guy he fought was it mandatory or he was number 1 for him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was number 1. Yeah.
And you don't know him. The cruiserweight division is always funny, because it's not deep. It's full of no names. But like you say, we need a big fight for this guy. We need a unification. We need a big fight. And none of these guys want to see me step in. We've been talking about Zerdo v him for a long time. That's been in negotiations for time. Who else was a champion? Billum Smith was a champion.
When we wanted him. Yeah.
Yeah, nope. We had Paul Coney go out of there. So that's what, I don't know. I best believe Zerdo might get out of there before he steps in there with it.
I was going to say, do you think he should now, if obviously this Benavidez Zerdo things, once it gets confirmed, if that does happen, is it a case of now just all the energy you can in the world to push for the winner of that fight? Or do you say, Bonnet, you've shown no interest in fighting me, guys? Even Benavidez has said he wants to fight him. And I believe Benavidez is a word. I think Benavidez wants to fight everyone. But do you think Jai should stick around still at cruiserweight? Or do you think just F this, move up to heavyweight? Because he's talked about wanting to move up to heavyweight, especially if he can't make these big fights at cruiserweight. He says he wants to fight Usyk, if he can, get it in with him. But, yeah. Do you think he should wait?
It's tough because he's been waiting for a while.
Yeah, man.
Ages. That's
always frustrated.
He's been waiting a while, and if he waits, he's just going to fight more people that are going to give him credit for beating.
Yeah.
Whereas he can move up to the glory division, even though I think he's too small for the division. There's people whose heads he can knock off.
Facts.
And he can make money doing it. Money that he's fighting these man.
Word.
So, yeah, it's up to him. If he wants a bit of bread, heavyweight division's right there. But if he wants belts and unifications, you're going to have to wait. Because who's the other champion? It's him, Badu,
and Zerdo. That's it. That's just first 3.
Zerdo's got 2 belts?
Zerdo's got 2 belts.
Yeah, I know Badu Jack ain't risking that one.
Got to remember, Zerdo beat Bill and Smith to take one of them. And then I think the second one, no, he had one already. Zerdo beat Gumalerion, take one. And the second one was Bill and Smith, he took off him. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the names, man. That's it. What's Bill and Smith? Yeah, there's no point in him fighting Bill and Smith, really, is there?
Nah.
Can do. That's a name, but yeah, I don't know. I think, it's up to him. Sit out with the team. Maybe move up, move back down. Yeah, in the time being, if he wants to. Yeah. Because he's not someone who's going to put on loads of mass. He's not going to come in at like 240.
Nah. Yeah. I think he's going to try to say lean and mean.
Yeah.
Rely on that speed. Yeah. Boy, I feel for him. I know I think Hearn's getting frustrated as well that, he could be I think he's got star potential, bro. As in, his personality, he's stern. He goes in and he looks to hurt his opponent every time. Like, there's no fear. With Jai, he looks to every shot. I want to take your head off your shoulders. Like, that's exciting as a fan, right? Yeah. So I think he should be a lot bigger than he is. And, Benavidez hasn't come up now. He's got more traction than Jai. Because obviously Benavidez has been in big fights. Jai still hasn't been in. And that's a big shame, I think. Huge shame.
Fair. So talks of him fighting Bivol or Catchweight or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Apparently the list is like, obviously, Zerdo, Benavidez, Bivol. I think Usyk as well is on his list. But yeah.
Man, move up.
Again, I thought like, Bivol's got like heavyweight problems to deal with, man. I don't even want to see that personally. Like, what's the point? So yeah. I feel like if he can't get some sort of agreement that he fights the winner of Zurdo Benavidez, if that happens, move up, get the hell out of here, move up.
Yeah,
wasting time.
Opetaia Woodley, I'd love to see that one.
Bro, fantastic fight. What?
I'd love to see that.
That's a great fight. Someone's getting their head taken off for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Look, there's champions there. You could go knock off one of the cruiserweights who moved up, the Okolis, the Riekpors.
Yeah, I was gonna say Okoli was good. Yep.
There's options, man. Move up, yeah. And if you need to move back down, move back down.
Yeah. Cool. Let's leave it there. Yeah. Episode 277 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.